Morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube Star Trek episode review. We're here tonight talking about Starfleet Academy Season 1, Episode 9, 300th Night. I wouldn't be here unless I was also joined by some fellow Trekkies in arms. To my right, I have Zam. How are you this evening, sir?
Fine, thank you. And may I say, that is hello, how you doing? Welcome to NerdTube in Klingon.
Damn it.
Sounded German to me, actually, but I mean...
Sounded like TV static.
I
I tried to remember the thing they said at the beginning, and I already forget.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I'm a terrible Klingon.
We have no
Below,
honor.
my house has no honor. Below is Cheeto. How are you tonight, sir?
read. That's Klingon from Star Trek 6. I don't know what it means, but I always remember that as Klingon.
31st century Klingon has evolved, and you need to sound like you're coughing up a phlegm.
Anyway, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Excellent. To his left is Lord Donkey. How are you, sir?
Good. I'm having some of that drink they had at the beginning that got Darum all messed up.
Very nice. Do you plan on getting inebriated to that extent on stream or no?
I wish. I don't think so.
I think that would be fun to see.
Good evening to the chat as well. By the way, we have a freak from Greece, a pick me from Mick Me, and Daniel Vance.
Greetings. Thanks for joining us.
And Daniel Vance is like the highest tier you can get. I mean, so.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Although,
that's how we should rate our episodes. A 10 is Daniel Vance.
Although Rick B is now the
that.
Golden Glasses award-winning Rick B. Just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Oh, it means ship identify yourself in Klingon. Says
I mean,
Rick
I think there were subtitles in the movie. I just couldn't remember what it said.
Oh, is that what Uhura said and was flipping through the translation?
Yeah. When she was flipping through the translation, man, because old Trek is the best.
Hey, at least she didn't have to serenade Spock's brother in that movie.
Good point.
Shots fired.
Indeed. So we're here talking about the penultimate episode of this season, and a lot of things happen. Before we dive right into it, let's get some overall impressions. Zam, what are your overall thoughts about this episode?
All right. First, just regarding the episode itself, I thought it was a good episode. Not necessarily the greatest episode, but a good one, satisfactory, fairly entertaining. All of that, yada yada. But it's the end of the bloody semester already. I just felt like we just got here, and like all of a sudden, yay, school's out for summer. It's like, what the fuck?
That's one of the things that I was saying throughout the whole season is like it's gonna feel like this school year just goes zing.
Yep, you called it.
Sorry, Zam, didn't mean to interrupt.
Right.
No, it's fine. That's I mean, I got a lot to say. And by the way, I want to say one more thing. I know why Caleb is so fucking jacked. Because when your mom is fucking She-Hulk, you're gonna look fucking tough as fuck.
I didn't catch that.
I didn't either.
Tatiana Maslany is She-Hulk in Marvel.
Wait, that was her?
Oh my god!
It makes sense now. I see it.
This is why
the short hair
were ripping into you fuckers on World Gone Insane. But anyway, nevertheless, yes, that was her.
I just didn't recognize her.
I mean, her name was in the fucking credits.
Well, I don't look at credits.
I don't know.
Why give credit in the first episode?
I'm not paying attention.
Why give credit to people?
Okay.
Cheeto, what are your overall impressions?
I mean, we knew this was going to be the penultimate episode. We knew that this was going to be the big lead up to the big final season battle. I mean, it was good. I like the when we get to it. I like the cliffhanger when we get to it. We'll talk more about it. And so in my opinion, this episode was directed by Jonathan Frakes, and it shows.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
That part.
Yeah.
Guys,
Donkey?
world class.
This was a very good semi-finale. It raised some questions that I'll pose later, but I was happy with it. Well, we'll get to it, but talk about Dadmiral just abandoning people again.
Dadmiral he's growing a big old beard. He was getting the big old beard going on. Somewhere in between.
To show the time has passed.
I guess. Can I just say though, and I'm just going to get this out of the way now. I hate the glitching holograms. Like, it's the 32nd century, and you have glitchy holograms like this. Like, for real. Like, we get it. It's we can, huh?
Oh,
wouldn't they like glitch a little bit? Like,
yeah, because the other Chancellor was there in hologram.
Yeah, and they just start glitching, and it's like, we get it. They're holograms. Like, we can figure that out after the hologram turns off at the end of the scene or turns on at the beginning of the scene. Like, we don't need the little glitchiness. Now, if there's like a jamming signal in play, okay, fair enough. But like, it's every time there's a hologram.
You have to remember, I think they write the show as if we're Packlids.
Yeah.
No, I agree, but I think even the odd Packlid viewer who will be watching this shit might forget that Admiral Vance is not genuinely in the room with them, and they have to remind you that he's not nearby. He's on somewhere else, on that star base or that space station, and so they have to just give a reminder he's not there. He's genuinely not there, and so that's just a visual reminder of that. Not the fact that he's a hologram, but the reminder that he's nowhere near them and he's just communicating.
But why does that matter? Like, at the end, he can go off. They can turn the hologram off and be like, "Oh, he wasn't there the whole time." Oh, or in the beginning when
they don't have to. They can just cut to a different scene without having to switch off the hologram.
But they always do. They always switch off the hologram by the end of the scene.
No, because also in today's episode, the Earth, the war guy, he was there. He was a hologram as well.
Do we know his name?
I don't know.
Kelrick.
Kelrick.
There we go.
That's great.
He was a hologram as well, and I'm glad that they actually made him shimmer or whatever, because he's actually usually with Holly Hunter, but not on this occasion. So it had its moment there regarding the little flicker to tell you that he's not there with them.
Okay, to each their own.
No, I get what Sam's saying. For real, it's to establish for the audience, but it also is kind of underestimating the intelligence of the audience a little bit.
Yeah.
And Vance says holographic programs were notorious for wrecking Starfleet computers. That's the reason why they were removed from Constitution class vessels.
Strange New World Season 3. Actually, me and my girlfriend are watching that episode next. That's the next episode we have to watch. Yeah, we're in Season 3, guys. Pray for me.
Godspeed.
Well, there's a few good parts.
I'm going to get to that cliffhanger, though. Don't worry, Rick B.
Yeah, I've actually got stuff to say about the cliffhanger. Which
yeah, me too.
I was gonna. Anyway, all right, Mage.
All right, we'll start with the beginning and get on to that cliffhanger ASAP. We start off, like you said, the school year is over, Cheeto. We're getting an end of the year celebration. They're en route to Beta Z, as per the captain's log, telling us. Next, we get Jaden and the cadets having a ceremony to make them part of House Krog.
Which, I mean, that makes sense because, they just do that willy-nilly in the Klingon Empire. So that's one of my issues here.
What empire?
Okay, the Klingon nomadic empire. There we go. But you know what I mean? It usually takes a lot to do that. It's like Curzon Dax did that, and but he had to go through a lot with those Klingons. to have that happen. And it seems like it's just very quick that this is happening.
That was so long ago, though. And there's how many Klingons left? So
Yeah, but
I
they're
don't know
not.
what they want.
It's not
Plus,
actually-
this is a young Klingon in Starfleet that made friends and found family and all that. So I'm here for it.
I kind of am with Donkey on this one.
Okay. I'm in the minority. I love being a minority.
Welcome to
And,
the club.
until I get deported.
You're not usually in the minority.
Yeah, we don't usually disagree. It's odd.
Hmm.
But Caleb, he refuses to drink the drink, and he leaves after Sam reveals that she signed up for a single room next semester, and that kind of obviously upsets Genesis a little bit. On his way out, Caleb ends up running into Tarima on the elevator, and an awkward scene ensues, but is quickly addressed.
This is a fun, awkward scene.
Yeah, it was a good scene. If I could address it,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
they,
let's
you know,
talk
like
about it.
they're you can see that. Okay, look, they've gone through some shit, especially Tareen, but you can see that they were mending fences, building bridges at that particular moment. So good for them.
Yeah, you got a really good point there. That she tells him that he's always running away from something, and that she wishes she couldn't read him so well. To which he agrees.
Considering she's a fucking telepath, but there you go.
Right. Last episode.
Yeah,
I can't read minds. Just kidding. I can.
I can. So we cut to the B plot where the Dadmiral calls to tell Ake and Kelrick that Noose Braca has detonated an Omega 47 particle at the edge of Federation space that he stole from the J-19 Alpha.
Which
I might have to ask you, mate. This is a new phenomenon, yeah? No, it's
Omega
been done
is
before.
The Omega
called back to
particle,
Voyager.
But the 47
Really?
part?
Yeah, it's a new
I'm
synthesized version of it.
I'm thinking of the Omega 13 from fucking Galaxy Quest. I just kept getting into my mind. You know what I
That
mean?
is a Star Trek
Activate
movie.
the Omega 13. Yeah.
Trevor, you want to say
I
something?
do love this idea that because it's like every other thing in the world, we find something that we can weaponize and we do it. Even the Federation section, whether it was Section 31, whether it was whatnot, like
Right.
it was bound. I knew the Omega particle was bound to be weaponized eventually.
It's interesting that they pull this curtain back on the Federation, right? That, oh, we just survived the burn and we're bringing all these worlds back in and we're being all cozy with each other. Yeah, we have a secret space station where we're developing black op weapons and,
And
did this
shit
to
stops you
ourselves,
from walking.
essentially. Anyway. All hail the 47 Society.
No, but this shit stops you from.
What's the 47 Easter egg? Sorry, Zam. What?
Sorry, I just want to say this stops you from warping and all that bollocks.
Yeah, it basically shreds space and subspace, and you basically can't create a stable warp field, let alone travel through that area in general. Like
Isn't that what happened to D?
The Omega particle, like that's why it's so dangerous, and that's why they have the Omega protocol in Voyager and in all of Star Trek, is because it's so dangerous.
Is that why the D was speed limited at one point?
No, that's a different phenomenon.
Well, no, yeah, that was the warp drive was basically
tearing subspace.
Yeah, so basically
normal wear and tear.
Yeah, Omega 40, the Omega 47 mines just basically, they just sped up the process.
I like the throwing up now. I wasn't a fan of it the first time around, but now they've done it twice, and they're really establishing it as this is what this alien race does when they've had too much to drink. Yeah, I'm all for it now.
We can expect it at least one more time via the rule of 3.
Mm.
I think it's kind of dumb. Like, why glitter? Like, I get it.
It's dumb, but it's fun.
And that's the thing. It's like I forgive it because it's dumb, but I don't think it's funny. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, do I care? Am I like, oh my god, Kurtzman's Trek is so bad because of glitter puke?
Hey, when did Rick B join the podcast?
Yeah, Rick B's in the fucking podcast.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, it's just, to me, it's like it's dumb, but it's not funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like when he threw up, I'm like, okay, you know. And again, I should have expected. It's a way they get around the censors, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, you know, for the vomit and stuff.
It's dumb and not fun. You're boring, Rick B.
Okay, Boomer.
I just want them to. I want the doctor to, like, somebody be like, why glitter? Why do you throw up glitter? And then the doctor goes into this long explanation about why it's glitter. That's what I want.
Whoever's listening just kind of passes out.
There needs to be a payoff.
I like to throw up glitter because on a couple of occasions, man, I wish I did, if you know what I mean, in my life, you know, when it comes to drinking too much. As well as being sick on a few occasions as well. So, yeah.
I think everybody can relate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but are you sure glitter would come out any smoother than vomit? Because, I mean, you figure...
might cut your esophagus and really hurt.
Yeah, but my thing that hurts you is like the muscles contracting.
It drains you. It drains you. Throwing up does drain you, but still, it's the mess that the fact that I mean, yeah, everything else is hard enough, but at least that mess is glitter.
Yeah, but it's moist glitter because it's like because it's coming out of his mouth.
Oh
yeah,
no.
but moist glitter.
Oh yeah, I can ruin anything.
I can ruin more.
To the vomit stream.
They should have made it sprinkles.
Just make it nerds. You know, like the nerd candy.
Nerds.
Nerds, yeah.
There you go. But the Admiral ends up just telling them to continue on to Beta Z, where they're about to make it the new seat of government for the Federation.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Just really quick before you move on to that, Rick B's comment about it would be easier to clean up. Oh, it would be really easier to clean up real vomit. You are correct, because I thought it said the other way. Like it would be easier to clean up glitter than real vomit. No, you are right, because I've worked around a lot of women over my life who love glitter, and I swear to God, if I work with all men now, which is fantastic because I don't have to see glitter ever again.
I like glitter.
It gets everywhere.
Anyway, he's not glitter. It's an aquatic race. That's fish food, though. That's even worse.
Good one. So back to the A plot. Sam materializes in Caleb's room as he's listening for messages from his mother, and Sam ends up helping him realize the encryption key is the name of the moon from his childhood that he and his mother talked about.
I like, and I think Daniel Vance already said it, but I like Sam 2.0. I think she's a lot.
She's much more balanced and mature.
Yeah, and I feel like I think Trek culture said it, where it's like, if we had to have annoying Sam so that we could appreciate this Sam, I'm on board with it. And I agree. I'm on board with that, because it does show character depth and progression. And the whole thing with her and Genesis is actually very, I think that's actually that's a real life thing. People just change and they don't get along all the time when they live together. You know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Do you think this would have been better if Sam had changed into this character maybe after a season?
Maybe, but honest and truly, I think it should have happened this season. But it's another one of those product of a 10-episode season. We needed more episodes, and that's one of the overarching problems that I've had with this show. And a lot, like, it's okay with, like, I guess, Strange New Worlds because it's supposed to be episodic, but but with an overarching theme kind of like this, it's like, no, we need more time with these characters.
Yeah, you do for the length. Yeah, for sure.
It needed to happen this season. it gives people less of a chance to complain how bubbly and annoying the first version. Which I mean, she was a bit much before everything in the last episode happened, but I didn't mind that much. Now she's just fun and more balanced.
Yeah, she's not naive.
Yeah.
No, she's acts the physical age instead of the mental age of the hologram program from before. So
Mhm.
they explained it in writing, at least in the plot. So
10 episodes, and they can only afford 2 crews for the mission this episode. Yeah, there's not enough Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I know. Becky Lynch was in one episode, maybe in the background in the second.
No, she was in more than one, but still.
But still, yeah, like it's like I love it on like what is it, Raw, when Becky Lynch is in a match or something, like, oh, there's the space adventurer Becky Lynch. I'm like, she's barely been on the show. Like they act like she's the captain of the starship, and she's like barely in any of it.
Now, one ship maneuvered by or manned by 2 people. She just took notes from Scotty. She improved upon that automation software.
Well, and also she did say something about automation. Like Trig did say something about automation,
Yeah.
you know, like or Jet Reno.
yeah, Reno's the character.
Yeah.
They're the same.
Just both of her names, like her real name and her on-screen name, sound like, you know, Star Trek names.
Yeah, and Star Wars names.
And Star Wars.
We again are without our cadet master this episode.
She was mentioned
that's
again,
sad.
but yes, I agree.
Where's she been?
Well, I'm pretty sure she kind of disappeared into Holly Hunter or Paul Giamatti's Paul Giamatti's salary is where she went.
Actually, yeah, she has disappeared for the second half of this season, pretty much, hasn't she?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah,
and I was really looking forward to seeing more with her and Jaden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of disappointed. I'm really disappointed on that. I'm sure she'll be back next episode. Everyone's going to be back next episode, I think.
Yeah. But the most recent message that Caleb gets from his mother after he listens to 2 years worth says to go to Ukek, the market there. This is way outside of Federation's base, and the Venari Raw are encroaching upon it fast.
So fast, it might even happen in this episode.
It's a nice contrivance now, isn't it?
And I just love how it just pops up on the screen in big alerting letters. Venari Raw encroaching or whatever. I'm just like, okay.
Yellow paint from video game much.
Yeah, right.
And a convenient wormhole just to cover some time.
Oh, those actually a transwarp conduit. This would have been a great time though to revisit the Borg transwarp conduits. That just looked like it was just a open transwarp conduit. I think it should have looked like a Borg transwarp conduit. Like I really think it should have. It would have been a nice callback to like Voyager and the transwarp conduits.
Yeah, we're already doing one Voyager callback with the Omega particles, so why not do it up?
Yes, surprised to see that. Because they're only mentioned out of convenience. What they came up in Picard, ever since Voyager, it's like the ships having transwarp. They just that didn't happen.
What do you mean? The Borg ships?
They just don't. No, the Excelsior.
Oh yeah,
that's transwarp, and we don't.
Well, that was an experiment that failed. So, there's a whole thing behind that, and I'll explain it to you some other time, not during this review, but there's a whole thing behind that.
Biggest tangent ever. Let's go.
No, I'm not going to do it. If we had a lot of time, but I feel like we have a lot to talk about in this episode.
Yeah, I need to pick up the pace. So Caleb ends up going to Nala's office where he overhears that the Federation is going on lockdown. And then he leaves without telling her anything.
So when they started talking about this Federation lockdown and everything like that, how many of you automatically thought, oh, what the cliffhanger is going to happen? I didn't know how they were going to do it, but I knew that they were leading the Federation all back to one point, kind of like, what was it? Frontier Day. Remember Frontier Day?
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
Lord, yeah.
no.
I
See,
thought
for me, it was
That was from Picard, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Not too
yeah.
long
I
ago.
remember.
for me, it was when. Oh, hey, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but when we're gonna take this shuttle outside of Federation territory while everyone else is inside Federation. This is a trap.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I thought that they were luring everybody into one place so they could use that Omega 47 on all the ships there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I did like, and as I said, we're going to get to it more detailed later, but I am glad they did the cliffhanger the way they did. And I do have thoughts on it, good and bad, but we can continue. We'll talk about it when we get there. Ooh, Zam Sleep Stream bets are now.
What app are we
open!
using to place our bets?
He's bobbing.
I've got
Yeah, a little
$10 on in 10 minutes or less.
I got 1 bar of gold pressed latinum.
I've got 3 slips of gold pressed latinum. I give him 15 minutes.
I've got 1 packet of Gorilla Glue.
Is that to force your eyelids open?
and, and my butt cheeks closed.
Well, you're
It's just that there's a story of this guy, the soldier, who they played a prank on him by gluing his butt cheeks together, but the prank became serious because the guy couldn't shit, and so well, he could, but it was going to explode in his body and stuff. So it became a really stupid prank, and this was done in the military somewhere. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
It does sound like a military thing.
I'll have to ask my friend that was in the military about that one. He'll probably know stories that top it. So he goes to say goodbye to Terima in his own way, saying that her name sounds like music. What did you guys think?
Moment.
Corny or nice moment?
Nice
moment.
It was. I think he was basically thinking that he wasn't going to come back. Like this was it. This was goodbye. I'm going to find my mom. Then we're going to just fuck off somewhere because my mom doesn't like the Federation, doesn't trust the Federation, and so this was goodbye. As far as he was concerned, and he didn't have the heart to say it to her in the way that she would understand what he truly meant.
I didn't think about it, but Daniel Vance has a good point right there. But I think he means Beta Z.
And thank you, Rick B. It is 1 a.m.
Yeah, but here's
I'm here.
And but again, to Daniel Vance's point, again, like it's been several months since Beta Z rejoined the Federation. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem with this format, because even though, yes, it's been like 2-3 episodes, but technically it's been like
300 days,
half a year.
No, it's not been a year. It's probably been,
Beta Z rejoined in the first 2 episodes, right? So
you're right. It was 2.
And
it was the second. Yeah. I forgot. It was the second episode.
But it seems like the Miyazaki and then the following episode after that, they were like about a month apart. All that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the only that's the only problem with this, is that we've done a whole school year in 6-7 episodes. No, wait, episode 1 I guess was the beginning.
7. Leave now.
But yeah, it's just again, we go back to the 10 episode format is just not good, in my opinion. It cannot sustain character driven narratives, in my opinion. It has to be like an overarching thing with established characters. Like even Strange New Worlds kind of has established characters with Uhura and Pike and Spock, and so at least the only other characters you have to worry about are the new ones that you're learning about in New World. But again,
and the only way they could do it is maybe make it half an hour shows and make it less grandiose, if you know what I mean. Like maybe make
dial
think
back
about
the budgets a little bit to give us more instead of just these mini series of these movie looking events.
Yeah, it keeps things a bit more grounded. It doesn't have to be so extravagant. It could just be more personal shit, and stuff like that.
Welcome to the stream, Jim Herman. No explanation of the time differential. Par for the course. I mean, again, yeah, it's that's the problem with these short seasons.
Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Speaking of contrivances, as Caleb starts to steal the shuttle, Sam shows up, then Genesis catches them in quick succession, and Raimi shows up drunk and ends up puking the glitter like we've already talked about.
I was expecting JD to pop up at one point, but that never happened.
Honestly, I think I like Sam showing up, and I like Genesis showing up. What was the what's the other guy? Glitter puke guy.
Raimi.
Glitter boy.
Yeah. Glitter boy. I feel like he didn't need to show up. Like I don't feel like he added anything besides being an asshole in certain points, which is a good counter to Mirror's Caleb. Yeah, Caleb's assholery. Like it's really weird how their dynamic works because it's like they're both assholes and you're like that's way too much, but then it's like their assholery counteracts each other. And it actually balances it, in my opinion. So it's kind of like, oh, this actually kind of works. I'd love to see an episode of those two, like just them two stranded on a planet together. Like that would be a great like the Quark and Odo episode where they're stuck on the planet together.
Or Trip
I don't think
Reed.
I don't think Caleb's an asshole, by the way. I think it's a bit more different. I think he likes to keep his distance, if anything. And it's more that, and so he comes across as an arsehole because he doesn't let people get too close to him, whilst the other guy, Glitter Boy, is literally an arsehole. He likes to fuck with people,
unless he's on his home planet.
Worst security ever.
Yes, but they're clever cadets.
That's just a design flaw.
And I mean, let's be real. There was only three when they stowed away. There was only 3 people on board.
The Wesley Crusher 2.0. You know what I mean? They're the fucking little geniuses. And by the way, what I liked about this scene though was that we've really, really got to see Sam at this moment when she was talking to everyone. And I got to notice Sam more than ever in that little scene where you could tell that she was totally different to the old Sam. She was more mature. She was more focused, and she had responses to the way people thought she was. Which she isn't anymore, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Real quick though, we can still steal shuttlecrafts by just swapping isolinear chips back and forth and do a bunch of this. Like, okay, that's cool.
It's a Star Trek trope, man.
Some things never change.
Yeah. Sometimes they shouldn't. But they steal the shuttle. Jaden finds the pad that Caleb left behind, and Tarima is shown, and they go to Ake. The shuttle barely gets away in one piece, but it blows its transaxial relay during that tricky maneuver to drop out of warp.
It's just a relay that identifies as different relays, sometimes. So,
Yeah, we got our transwarp conduits, and trans relays.
Mm-hmm.
It's there to piss off MAGA.
And Rick B.
You enter this conduit, you become trans.
Just to quickly say that this Mormon school or this university in Utah didn't like this particular professor using the term Homo sapien because apparently it sounds too much like homosexual.
Wow, that's almost like it's what we're called as a species.
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, I'm not surprised it's fucking in Utah though, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah.
It's called being
Yeah, for
British and
real.
multi-talented.
You're a champ for sticking up with us this late. We appreciate it. We really do.
No
We
problem.
like to give you a hard time, but we appreciate it.
I've got some juice here.
There we go. Go juice. Off screen, they catch the transwarp tunnel that we've talked about to the Ubek market, beam down, which seems to be a pretty rough place. And they end up splitting up.
Sorry,
Star Wars.
Real quick.
It's so Star Wars.
No, it's just so, like Star Trek. This is also very Star Trek as well, by the way. Like, it's this shady sort of shanty Middle Eastern vibe sort of shit. With a bit of a Blade Runner approach to it as well. Like, honestly, this is so cliched. This is
honestly,
so
I was just waiting for Israel and US to come in and start bombing the place. I mean, that's how Middle Eastern it looked.
It's just. I just like the lack of imagination. Like, sometimes when it comes to like people who create this shit, they really are finding it difficult to think outside the box at times, and this is what we get when it comes to scenery and stuff like that. It's not very original. I will say this though, I'm not sure if you picked up on this. Caleb would make a great assassin for Assassin's Creed. By the way, the way he looked when he was walking around in the outfit. You know what, Cheeto? He would make an amazing Connor Kenway.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100% on that one. Do we know what is his nationality? Do we know?
He's American.
Well, or not nationality.
Ethnicity. I don't know. Ethnicity, I'm not sure. But he might be mixed race and stuff like that. So he might have a variety of different things. If you know what I
just
mean.
was curious if he had any Native American in it, because you're right, he would make a great Connor Kenway.
So they split up with Caleb going to find his mom while the others go to trade for parts to fix the ship.
Sounds like the Phantom Menace to me. What?
Are you gonna do?
Republic credits will be so Federation credits will be fine. No, they won't.
But by the way, Cheeto, even if he's not remotely Native American, it won't matter because Robert Beltrain wasn't fucking Native American, and I thought he was for 7 years.
Had a Native American specialist on the show that was full of shit, right?
Yokozuna was Samoan, so I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Yeah, if you look the part, then you can do the part. That's how, as far as I'm concerned.
No, I agree with you. I just was curious if he had any of that. I'm not saying he had to have it, but
yeah,
I mean, as long as he's not portrayed by a white guy, because I just want to piss off all the white guys. He's American. He should be white.
Back on the Athena, Ake informs Admiral Vance, who has into pursuing the cadets. He okays it. That's what I wrote. They offload the cadets onto Beta Z and then depart after the doctor arrives. Pretty worried.
Dadmiral over here saying, "Yeah, take this very valuable ship and just minivan it over to the edge of the Federation space. You'll be fine."
I think they should have saucer separated then. Like I know that we got that minute. I think they should have saucer separated.
I was so happy when they did saucer separation, like emergency saucer separation.
Yeah, but it's like when it's like I'm sitting there thinking, isn't it already just a saucer with the stuff around it? And it's like
it dropped the strap.
Yeah, it dropped the little thing, and I'm like,
it felt more like an escape pod than an actual saucer separation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it reminded me of the saucer from Lost in Space, the newer one.
Yeah,
and that's all by itself, and it has emergency nacelles. It's adorable. Anyway, that's skipping ahead.
No, it's fine.
God, Donkey, we can never keep on track.
When you don't play Tonto, I think pretty much anything is on the table. Yeah,
pretty much.
I agree.
I mean, we got Matt Damon playing. What was it? Not the last. Well, Tom Cruise played The Last Samurai, but that was
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, but they weren't playing
an Asian. I know.
But I'll tell you this though, John Wayne did play Genghis Khan. Yeah, so Christopher Lee did play Fu
No rules.
Manchu. You know what I mean? So, and obviously
Everything can be
David
whitewashed.
Carradine.
Let's do it.
David Carradine played an Asian character as well. So in Kung Fu,
Yeah,
the
that
original Kung
part
Fu.
with that Daniel mentioned.
Yeah,
Wanted
I
to
was
hear
hoping
just
for that
first.
too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was.
Why
hoping
just
for-
drop it and leave? Just
Let them
self-destruct
pursue
the
you
parts they left
instantly. Blow
behind.
them.
No, but
The
she wanted
kingdom
to get it
come.
back.
Giving them Federation tech at this point.
I was about to say, like,
she said she wanted it back.
yeah, I know, but she could just blow it up and they could build a new one. Like, they got
I agree.
programmable matter, like out the
I
wazoo.
agree. No, I agree.
On the A plot, Caleb wanders around the market, eventually finding his mother, who's trading for parts. And he follows. He gets made though, and she ends up putting a knife to his throat.
Man, she cut his throat and realized, oh shit, my son.
Right?
Right. He reveals his face, and then she recognizes him, prompting her to reveal her face, and they embrace in kind of this touching moment.
I feel like I've seen her from something before, and I just don't remember.
You know, Tatiana Maslany with that haircut could play a Vulcan or Romulan quite easily. You know, she just needs some pointy ears, but that's a Vulcan Romulan haircut she got going on, and she could also play an elf as well with that look, with her look. So there you go.
Play She-Hulk, you know?
Yeah,
maybe.
You're damn right, Jim.
They
Just that
should
would
have
have made
cast
too
her
much
in the
sense.
green light while they were in the market.
Rick B, I love that movie. The Party is one of my favorite films. I love that film. It's hilarious. It still makes me cry with laughter when I watch it. And Peter Sellers, he can be Indian as much as he wants. And Fisher Stevens from fucking Short Circuit. Tell me you guys have seen Short fucking Circuit.
I've seen Short Circuit.
It's such an A5.
Yes,
it's been
there you go.
years since I've seen it, but I have seen it.
In Short Circuit 2, Fisher Stevens was in both of them. He was the main character in the second one. But anyway, I thought he was Indian. And then I see him in fucking Hackers on a fucking skateboard. And I realize, you know what? This guy fucking brown facing it. All right.
Okay, Daniel Vance is saying that they didn't blow it up because ships are in short supply in this century. That's a good point. They catch up inside a building, but he doesn't reveal that he's in the academy for obvious reasons.
Closeted with Starfleet.
Yes.
Oh, my friends.
Or how he
These are
from all over.
Just introduce her to Admiral Vance, then she'll be like, "Oh, I'm on board with this."
Her mum has now become what's his face from DS9, that dude who was ex Starfleet who ended up hating Starfleet, and then I think then it's just going, okay, I love being the bad guy and stuff like that. He realized he was that this guy looks at Starfleet as evil, so he played the bad guy role in order to catch him.
Oh, Eddington, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Eddington, yeah. And I think that's how she looks at Starfleet. She looks at them like that. We're in a band.
Good one.
It did kind of look like they were like a band.
But you can see
they
all
show up.
But you can see how like how she doesn't trust anybody. Like she's on her own. She's been, for years she's been like that. Everyone is a suspect. She even questioned that. It's very crazy when she was questioning her son about, how do you know these people? Can you trust these people? And you're thinking to yourself,
like, here's the thing: is like, how can you trust your son? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know. Like, how do you know Noose Braca didn't get
compromise him?
Huh?
Compromise him.
Yeah.
When everyone boarded the shuttle, and I thought, oh, they're just going to keep bringing everyone in. It's just going to be a thing. It's going to be the whole gang going. And then they locked the door. I was like, they're leaving Jaden out. Now it makes sense. Having the three of them walking around stuck out enough. And you're friends with a Klingon?
Actually, I feel like a Klingon might have given him a little more credence in that area. I think people would have seen a Klingon and been like, "Oh shit, don't mess
Maybe
with
giving
that."
them a wide berth.
Yeah.
Wrote down.
Like they'd just be like, "Jaden, act menacing," with his like straight white Klingon teeth.
We have better health care in the future.
Better dental.
Yes.
Oh, can the future come
Better
on then?
medical tricorders.
On the Athena, Nala, Reno, and the Doctor find an Omega 47 mine at the edge of Federation space, and then they find their stowaways that we've mentioned. Jaden and Tarima snuck on board stayed on board via staying in the airlock and increasing the pressure a little bit.
That just seems like a design flaw. This episode had a lot of good one-liners.
It did. They made Scarlet
Why
laugh
is
a good
space
bit.
being like this?
Yep. So Ake ends up sending them to her office. Back on Quebec, Caleb's mom sets up a sensor jammer, tying into what Zam was saying about her not trusting anybody, kind of living on the run all these years. And they end up fixing the relay from earlier. They take a mundane one and use programmable matter.
These transgrammable matter.
The Athena ends up finding the shuttle and heading to Quebec. The mom heads out to secure her and Caleb's transport, and then when it's revealed that Caleb isn't coming back with them, the other cadets understandably get upset. And
lots of tension.
Lots of tension, lots of saying things. Good scene. They say things to intentionally hurt one another, and you do that when you're fighting with people that you're closest to.
Yeah. Caleb starts to go after Sam at the end, and she just attack hugs him.
Yeah, that was
best maneuver.
It's all like with Caleb as well. Listen, mate, I know you found your mum, but you've also found purpose with Starfleet. You know, you're getting your shit together. You know, the going on the run with your mum again is just going to just eliminate all of that. And yeah, so
and Genesis pegged that right away. She said, "You just don't know how to be anybody else than that lost kid."
That lost kid that hates Starfleet.
Yep.
Understandably so, but we made friends now.
Yep. Sam, Genesis, and Darum end up leaving, but they can't transport and end up caught by the Venari Raw. And
the Venari Raw. I think I had one of those for dinner the other day.
Anisha and Caleb are on the way to the ship, but Caleb hears the announcement of the capture of Federation spies and runs off to rescue his friends.
I like the hustle they tried to do to get themselves out of it, which is clever.
Anisha almost talks them out of it, but the comm badges go off, but Caleb just rolls with it like he does and manages to covertly tell Ake where they are and what to do.
That was great.
It was slick. But the firefight breaks out, ending up with Anisha getting shot.
For half of that, I was thinking, is his mom going to have to kill all these bad guys? Come on. Do some more.
For real.
Do some more work, Caleb.
It was a good action scene, though. I liked it, but because everyone was wearing dark clothes and robes, it was hard to know who the fuck was who at times.
It was. Any strong feelings about the pew-pews from you, Cheeto?
No, it was a good scene. I mean, I can't say anything ill or about it. I mean, you know, I like the fact that Caleb didn't hesitate. Like once he knew they were in trouble, he didn't hesitate to go back. And I mean, yeah, you know, and then the mom showing up was just like, yeah, they're gonna make amends, but it's gonna be interesting to see how things go down when Caleb's mom and Ake get some time alone.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
She intervened first before Caleb did, because she did it for her son, so her son wouldn't get captured. In my opinion, that's why she did what she did.
as any
And
parent.
Garam can just take a punch.
Yeah,
No
he
glitter,
just
just punched.
Yep.
Is a vengeful face.
Ionian blood's conveniently red.
I was expecting glitter to come out of his nose.
On the Athena, they can't transport the cadets. So
Shock.
Very
Equipment
shocking.
doesn't work.
There's a
Not the
On the
dampening.
bingo card.
Don't try to use
Yeah.
the hologram, the hollow communications. It'll glitch.
You're so
they-
mad about that.
It's so stupid.
It is.
They pull a Kamau and go into the atmosphere to beam everybody up.
That was awesome.
It
I feel like
really
they've done
was.
that in Trek before.
They have.
I was gonna say, wait,
Yeah.
who did it though? I don't remember. Like
They did
Didn't they
it once
do it
with
in the beginning of one of the Abrams movies?
I mean,
That
dude,
sounds
like,
right, but I can't place it.
I mean, they did it
Was
in
it
Star
in-
Trek 4.
Help
with
us,
the
Daniel
whales.
Vance. You're our only hope.
it might have been in Into Darkness, but I mean, they were already in this. I'm talking about warping, like
Well, they had exited warp and were just outside the planet, right? So-
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were right above
like a
those whales
Voyager
when they did it
episode,
in
I don't
Star
know.
Trek 4, and they could have theoretically just fucking, transported them from wherever they were on Earth if they were close enough.
Was it? Wait. No.
They
Never
had to
mind.
set up the whale cages. They couldn't just beam them up. They had to get
There
the
be
whale cages.
whales here.
They had to set up the whale cages first, and then
The
and they
whale
had to have
cages?
resources for that.
You mean the tanks?
Yeah, the tanks. Yeah,
Transparent aluminum.
that's right.
More trans shit. It's the agenda.
So they warp
can't
away.
Leave our aluminum alone.
Hmm?
They can't
What?
even leave our aluminum alone. Trans.
Gotta make the
It's
aluminum.
aluminium. It's aluminium, not aluminum.
Aluminium.
Yes, aluminum. Yes, we. The universal translator must be broken.
The translator.
Right?
This is a conspiracy.
I see conspiracy everywhere.
Got anything else, Donkey?
The atom.
We're just setting up these trans jokes for Rick B, and he's just gone.
Right? He got sick of
Yeah.
all of our valid points about how this episode is
He
good.
might have fallen asleep. It is late. Like I said, he's in my part of the world. Look at my clock.
Fair
Can you see
enough.
Can you see my
It's
big
almost
fat clock?
1:30.
I sure
Yep.
can.
I use it as
Yeah.
a timer to keep myself on pace.
Oh,
Thank you.
Nice.
then that means he's transporting into Dream World.
So they are pursued by the three ships, and get knocked out of warp by the isolytic charge and tractor beamed. So that's when Ace orders the saucer separation, like we've kind of already
Isolytic
touched on.
charge is what they did with the lawnmower in space, right? That's what they
I
were
think
using
so.
in Discovery Season 4.
The lawnmower face. They're using my phrase, so thank you so much.
What?
That's what I called it, the lawnmower in
Mhm.
space.
That's what it is. Anyway, yeah, sweet rescue and emergency saucer separation.
Yeah,
And
I
vibrator.
thought it was pretty cool too.
I thought it was so like it just the way it looked was just like the saucer separation, and it
Same.
left the little dinky thing there, and then the saucer took off, and it's just like what?
It's not like the Enterprise D's battle bridge. taking
Yeah,
off
like
on
I
its
don't know.
own, but
It looked silly to me, but it was kind of cool. Yes.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like a proper half and half. It's like I guess this way it felt like more like an escape vessel,
Yeah.
than anything. Yeah,
Cadets still had their belongings on the rest of the ship they left behind, right?
Ake's coming back for it. This isn't over.
yeah,
That's right.
damn, it's
That's
so
right.
transatlantic. Yes,
Transatlantic.
transatlantic.
We're here for the
We're here for
I'm
the
really doing my
jokes.
best. I'm doing my best to stay awake.
I'm doing my best to end it, boss. I promise. They end up they warp towards Federation space, but they have to come out of warp when they figure out that it's been completely mined, surrounded by New Spraka's Omega 47 bombs.
And they're on the
Convenient
outside.
and impressive.
It managed to cover that much space, three-dimensionally at that.
They're not Discovery. How did they do that? How much space are we talking about here?
So there's two
Quite a
factors.
big chunk.
There's two factors. First factor is Federation space is nowhere near as big as it was pre-burn. You know what I mean? Like the Federation is a shell of itself compared to that Federation pre-burn. Yeah, it's a lot of space to cover. I get that, and how they pulled that off without in just a couple months, that amount of space without getting caught. I agree. These are all legitimate plot holes. But how do you punish the Federation more, like the worst? How do you punish the Federation worse?
Stop them from traveling.
You stop them from exploring.
Yeah,
and you trap them in their space. You know, the New Spraka is not trying to just destroy the Federation. He's trying to just stop the Federation and to make them stagnant. And eventually they will dissolve and it'll kill itself. And they will isolate them. And yeah, so I agree. All the plot holes where it's like, that's a lot of space to cover with mines. It makes no sense how they could get away with that, blah, 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 blah. I get all that, and that is fine. But this is actually a really good plan, I think. Honestly, I think they would have done better if they would have just done it like for like a portion of space or like the Sol system, even though they would have gotten caught. But somehow, some way, hand wavy Star Trek mumbo jumbo. Yeah, should they have scaled it in a little bit? Maybe surround like, Sol system, Navarre, maybe not so much of the space, maybe just like the prime Federation worlds. But I like this idea. I really feel like that this is a great way to go ahead. No. That's a great way to hurt the Federation.
No, it just occurred to me. What's the only ship that's going to be able to get outside the bubble?
That just occurred to you? I fucking knew about that shit. I was thinking about that shit way before this episode.
I have been thinking about that because they've mentioned Discovery twice in this season.
You have got Jet Reno on the bridge who's been part of Discovery.
Do we know that they can get out through the mycelial network?
Don't they enter the mycelial network and then travel and exit?
They could if this field does not, because the mycelial network still technically travels through some kind of space. Is it subspace or it's a different kind of space? I think, but it's still
or a fold space or something.
It's like Nightcrawler, the X-Men Nightcrawler. Like Nightcrawler doesn't just poof one place and poof to another place. He actually goes into a separate dimension and then travels, and then he comes out. So
the separate dimension doesn't go through the field, right?
And that's what I mean. It depends. Does it or does it not? Like, can this field monitor that the mycelial network? Since everybody's known about the mycelial network technically for like 1,000 years, maybe. I don't know if did they know about it? Was it known even like for Section 31? Like, I'm sure it was.
Maybe. Somebody had to remember.
Yeah.
By the way, Jim Herman said the writers never appeared to have watched The Wrath of Khan. Now, you probably have something you need to explain to me, but I'm not truly understanding what you're trying to get at, Jim. So, if you could let me know what you mean by that comment, that'd be great. And Daniel Vaughn says felt like a rehashed Xindi weapons platform all over again using the Omega. Yeah, good point.
I think that's different. I think the Xindi weapon is like, it's not that they weren't like the Xindi were trying to destroy Earth. They weren't like, again, this is this is something that isn't destroying a planet. Like, it'll destroy that space, yes, but
but he's not saying it's like for like. But I get his idea. Like, it's still like a devastation.
Well, that was the burn too. I mean, although this is more of an attack where the burn wasn't.
Yeah, but the burn itself was like a freak of nature accident. There was no intention behind it. Like this, there's intention of devastation, of sabotage, of skullduggery, all of that.
And I mean, but I mean, that was 1,000 years ago. There's always going to be people trying to destroy the Federation. Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't happened more. I mean, you had the sphere builders in Enterprise, that when they in the 25th or 26th century, I think they with the Enterprise J, they were trying to destroy a whole convert a whole section of space.
I remember that scene.
Into their type of space so they could come in and but again, the Federation, there's always going to be people that are trying to destroy the Federation because people just don't like I'm not saying the Federation is perfect and is if there's anything we've found out, but the Federation is generally trying to do good. You know what I mean? They're for the most part trying to do good about all the races, all the member races and all that. So it's but there would be people that hold that against them because they feel like they're being, stifled in my freedom. Oh, the Federation ruins
They're
everything.
generally doing good things, except for that secret space station that we mentioned earlier.
Right.
That allowed all this to happen. I do think, as far as villains with their grand galaxy-ending or Avengers level threats, shall we say, this was, I mean, cutting them off is more interesting than destroying them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agreed 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's very News Braca because News Braca strikes me as somebody who doesn't just want to blow something up and be done with it. He wants to watch it suffer. He wants to sit outside.
Like Harry Mudd.
Yeah.
Is that the Wrath of Khan aspect? Because Khan wanted to do the same thing.
He wanted to watch Kirk, suffer, and
Mm-hmm.
No. Khan ended up. He ended up being very reckless.
Mm-hmm.
You watch Wrath of Khan enough, you realize that he is his first for Kirk.
Pride before
didn't make him. He wasn't. Exactly. From being this very intelligent guy, which they were constantly mentioned. He had such a hard on for Kirk and wanted that revenge. That it made him reckless. Whilst what's his name?
He just wanted to serve him
Baraka.
That's a great point.
Well,
go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry.
No, but this Baraka dude, whatever the fuck his name is, Paul Giamatti, he's got bigger plans, and you can see it by what he's done with this Omega bubble.
I can't click on the thing. Look at Daniel Vance's recent comment. News would leave one path so he could charge for the rite of passage.
That's true.
That makes a lot of sense.
What he mentioned earlier.
But I think,
That's what he mentioned in the last episode that he was in.
To control the stand.
But that's what I mean. But I mean, I still think that he's got a personal grudge against the Federation, whereas he would want to watch it die. I don't think this is a business venture for him. I think this one is personal.
Yeah, News is, in my opinion, is genuinely somebody who likes being a bad person. He this is who he is. His personality gets off on it. I do believe regarding Khan, it was just revenge. He wanted revenge. Even his own ship, even his own crew said to him, "Look, we got a starship. We can go where the fuck we want. We could do what the fuck we, But he was so blinded by revenge, it ended up killing everyone. And that's the difference. News is genuinely an evil person. Right, teacher. To me, welcome to the stream, by the way. To me, he's more like a style villain than anything that we've seen in Trek before.
That's a good point. He's also more of a kind of psychologically minded villain than we've seen in Trek before.
We're talking about Noose.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. I think or she is right. Writer teacher, I don't know. You are right, writer. I mean more of a political terrorist style. Reminds me of a 24 style villain rather than a Trek traditional. But you know what? I'm glad it's not the same type of villain. We need different types of villains. Anyway, go ahead, Sam.
Right. I'll just say that right. That's because of the overarching narrative of Star Trek nowadays. You're able to create a villain like that who's not just villain of the week, which is what Star Trek would usually have.
Except this show would be called 10 instead of 24. It'd be called 10.
10 episodes.
And the funny thing is, he wasn't even in this episode, but they were talking about him like he was.
He was
They did a
haunted
good
in
job at making him feel present, but wasn't.
it.
They can only afford Paul
Yeah.
3 times.
And he has the second
Yeah.
highest salary next to Holly Hunter. Have you seen those salary numbers?
I saw.
Yeah, well, he's top tier.
I mean, and
actor,
he is. And don't
for
get me
sure.
wrong, they're getting what they paid for. He is good, but
Mhm.
figured being more episodes for that much amount of money. Holly Hunter's in this show, like per episode. Who would you say is Holly Hunter or Paul Giamatti the higher tier actor? Would you say?
I would say Paul
Okay,
Giamatti.
so I mean, on average per episode, he's definitely getting more money per episode because Holly Hunter's in every episode. However, Paul Giamatti's been in what, 2 so far? Maybe 3,
He was in the
2.
first episode,
2.
and then he was in
6.
Me-
The
The
fifth.
episode.
what was that one?
Zam
Yeah,
saying
that
Miyazaki.
The Mitsubishi, yeah.
Got that
Mhm.
again.
Now that's just what I'm going to call it. I know it's the Miyazaki, but I'm going to call it the Mitsubishi. All right.
So they end up maneuvering to a nebula. Ake goes to the med bay where the doctor has patched up Anisha, and we end with a distress call from Reno reaching out to seemingly to nobody, echoing out into space.
Hello,
which
is
is the
anyone
feeling of
there?
dread.
All alone.
So yeah, that was the episode. We've got some interesting stuff going on in chat. Do we want to throw the poll up though and say some
I'm
final
working on
thoughts?
it right now.
Nice. Zam, what do you have any
Giamatti's
final
still
thoughts?
every scene.
He's in.
I'm sorry, just reading the comment here. Giamatti's still every scene, but I respect Hunter. It's also a matter of style of writing for the two. Yeah.
Great difference.
And you can tell Giamatti's having the time of his life. You know,
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't really. He usually plays. He doesn't really get to play this sort of character too often in his
Well, and he
career.
also loves Star
So when
Trek.
he-
He's a big Trek.
Yeah. And the High Ground episode from TNG was probably the best portrayal of a political terrorist, in my opinion. It was banned until '92 by the BBC from airing in the UK.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
Probably
I just-
because of the Northern Ireland issues.
The
Yeah.
struggles.
I guess, yeah. So sorry, what did you say to me earlier regarding my opinion? My opinion.
Yeah,
on this
what are
episode?
your final thoughts and rating for this episode?
I enjoyed this episode. It was fun to watch. Not look, and I'm going to say it in this way. This episode was not a great episode, but it was a good episode. You know,
Mhm.
and I'd rather I'll take that over it being shit and poor and below average every day of the week. And not every episode can hit it at the park. This is entertainment in the day, and I thought I was fairly entertained. And I did feel that we were getting more of the overarching narrative, which is what this series was about from episode 1, especially with the mum who is finally come back on the scene. But all this Omega stuff,
For me, it's just a
I
good
think
callback.
it's a MacGuffin of sorts, so to speak, regarding
The return of the MacGuffin.
yeah, it's a MacGuffin of sorts regarding having some sort of thing to be an issue for you, and it being a two-parter, the kids are going to save the day, and I do expect I would love to see Discovery in the final episode at some point. Whether we get to see the crew or not, I don't care, but I would love to see Discovery in it. But yeah, the kids are gonna fucking save the thing.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
So what mark would you give it?
So one more thing. Well directed by Frakes, better writing. Some plot lines were, but yeah, but that's because it's good that someone like Frakes is directing it, but that guy could make a shit in a toilet look like a work of art, and which is why I always feel, which is why I've always said that Jonathan Frakes needs to direct a Star Wars movie. Get him on it right now; he will fucking kill it. I give this episode a 7 out of 10, and I don't want to. Oh no, actually no. I'm going to push it to an 8. I I was thinking 7 throughout whilst I was watching it, but by the end of the episode, and the sort of like the craziness near the end, and them getting away from almost being fucked over and having to sacrifice the ship, and the dilemma that was left for them that they have to deal with, and all of that, you can see what it's going to be setting up for. It's going to be a fun finale, I feel. So yeah, an 8. I guess an 8. It was just above average for me.
Okay, excellent. Cheeto?
Yeah, I really like the cliffhanger. As I said, it's original. As I said, practicality, yeah, I get it, but at the same time, it's a fun, and like Zam said, it's going to be, the next episode is going to be fun, trying to figure out how they're either A, going to get back into Federation territory, B, disarm them. It also reminds me a lot of DS9 when they mined the wormhole. You know what I mean? Like, so the self-replicating mines. So I think this is going to be a fun, as long as they don't drop the ball with it, and they do what they're putting out right now. I think it's going to be a fun episode. I think it's going to be good. I hope that they can pull it off. This can go sideways very quickly, and I don't know about,
We've got all the main characters together, by the way, like all the senior guys, all the main.
Stuffed them, some of them in a box, but we got them all there.
Except for Laura Falk.
Could have one death, but other than that, who knows? Maybe Kayla's mum might die. Yeah, there's a possibility.
Maybe. I mean, that would be a decent call. I don't know if that would be a call to arms or not for Caleb and Starfleet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That'll be an interesting plot point next week. But, okay, so I mean, the long and short of it is, I go between an 8 and a 9 with this one. I'm still kind of there. I think I'm going to go with my gut and
go ahead. Go ahead.
What? Oh, I think I'm going to go with my gut and give it a 9 because I really like the cliffhanger. I really like the ending. I really like a lot of the stuff that they did, even though there's little nitpicks here and there. That stuff doesn't bother me. Like, I can bring it up here on the stream. That doesn't mean I'm like, it's not Trek, Klutzman. Rah, 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 rah. Like
Rick B's back.
I'm gonna start having a Rick B character. Whenever I start to shit on Trek, I'm just gonna.
We could totally do an impersonations episode.
Oh, by the way, I forgot regarding this episode. It gets a
Zam's seal of approval. Zam's seal of approval.
Where did that come from? I don't want to know.
Oh no.
I did it myself. It was my first AI generated clip I did. Hope you guys liked it.
Yes, I loved it. I love the seal. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. As I said, very solid lead up. But see, a lot of times with Trek, this is what we get. Sometimes the penultimate episode is actually better than the finale, and I really hope that's not the case. So anyway, but with that, Donkey, all you.
I mean, so far, this has been. I mean, compared to not compared to Strange New Worlds season 3, but the rest of Strange New Worlds, Picard, Discovery, this season has felt like it's the highest rated average from everyone.
No, I think there was one or two. There was an episode earlier in the season we all
the prank war did
an episode.
Oh yeah, the prank. Well, no, I think the prank war one I tanked. I thought what did I give it?
I think we all did.
But no,
the Sam episode I didn't like.
I have faith they'll pull this off in the next episode. I feel like it's a good opportunity to finally bring Discovery in.
I think it's too early. Like
it
makes sense. It makes sense for Discovery to be in this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Discovery season 2 when the Enterprise shows up and it's overshadowing them a little bit, but then it disappears. I feel like that's what we're going to get. Discovery's going to show up. There will be a scene with Michael, maybe not, and they'll solution it or they'll fight together or something.
Maybe hopefully they'll like split off and do 2 different things. Like Michael and Akeo come together.
Because I think Yeah.
Discovery's
This will
going to go
not
here.
overshadow.
No, but we don't have to see Michael Burnham. We just need to see the ship.
I feel like
from
you
the
at least need to
perspective
see Michael
of the
Burnham.
kids. But
Well,
if we see it from the perspective of the kids, the ship is there and stuff like that. And also, Noose must not die. He needs to either get captured or he escapes, but he can't be killed.
Yeah.
Stick him in Arkham.
He wasted potential.
He'll never escape from there.
He'll escape again.
It just depends. My big fear is like Noose Braca and Holly Hunter. Like, I fear for them only because they're so expensive. I don't know if they've been confirmed for season 2 or not, but I'm like, they're really expensive. So are they using them to hook everybody in season 1 and then they both die in the very end of the episode and like a self-destruct sequence where they both go out together? I can see that.
Maybe one, but not both.
I think if they do one, they'll do both. I think.
Well,
this,
like I said,
this is not Game of Thrones.
Noose will have a small victory of maybe killing Caleb's mom. Like they beat him in every other capacity, but he gets that one thing over
the final
Caleb
shot
by taking away his mom again, and then which leads Caleb
I hope
to.
That's not the way it goes. But anyway, we're getting very speculative on the next episode where we're wrapping up this one. So this one, I was going to offer to give it a 9 so that you could give it an 8 when you were questioning what to rate it. So I'll still give it a 9. This was a good lead up. There's some things here and there like yes, we got the whole crew there to the finale outside of the Federation space and all that. We're all together, but we went from Jaden and Tarima being hidden in a airlock to now they're tucked away in the captain's office. Yeah, so I hope that they get some redemption in the next episode where they get some more screen time.
Well, they're part of the bridge crew now.
No,
they are part of the bridge crew. Well, all the cadets, the rest of the cadets were assigned stations. They were helping.
Yeah, but I don't think Jaden and Tarima were they back on the bridge at that point when they beamed everybody back up?
No, but they will be now. No, I mean initially they were just put away because it was like a quick snatch and grab, but that never panned out. And now there's a bigger picture with the fucking Omega singing
Omega Bollocks.
So
Bollocks.
Yeah.
Ooh, Daniel, can you give us the average, like at some point, like so we can see the overall season?
Yeah.
Yes, go back and watch all of our videos. Get all of our ratings.
No, he says he's been keeping.
The real rating means his rating, and we go over
real rating. Oh, see, I thought of that in the past that I should write down all of our ratings and.
I used to think that I should take all of our ratings and average it out, and then every week put up like a graphic that says this week NerdTube ranked this episode this overall, like 8.3 out of because but.
Right, a teacher, they give them the reward is giving them a demotion and then telling them to go out in space and be who you truly are.
Yeah, that should definitely be on the bingo card, though.
Because how many times has Spock stolen the Enterprise? I mean, come on.
Spock stole it. Kirk stole it. Picard stole the captain's yacht.
I do feel like Caleb's mom has to die so Caleb could. As long as his mum's around, he's tethered to her, and it makes him being part of Starfleet very difficult. With her out of the picture,
I mean,
it will mean that he can focus on Starfleet as well as getting revenge. For her as well.
Her and Braca dying is also an option. I mean, that is true. Like they were saying,
her sacrificing to take out Braca, that would be sad.
Yeah.
With Holly Hunter's pay, it's like it would not surprise me if they were trying to get rid of her for season 2 so they could cut back the budget because
I don't see that happening though. This isn't going to be like Discovery. I feel like this can't be like Discovery where we have a new captain almost every season.
New chancellor every season.
Yeah,
new chancellor is going to be the Doctor next year. All right, take us home, Mage. Or no,
All
you
right.
haven't given your rating yet.
I haven't had a chance to get my rating
Yeah.
yet.
Tell us your final thoughts.
I'm only going to give it a 7. Like it's still good TV, but
Wait.
the
Oh, go ahead.
no, what donkey?
7 of 9. 7 of 9.
No, Zam gave it an 8.
I
Oh,
gave it an
Zam
8.
did. You started off as
bumped
a
up.
7.
I gave it funny. I said when I was watching the episode, I thought to myself, "Yeah, this feels like a 7." Or as I was watching it, but by the time the episode ended, I thought to myself it felt like an 8, and then I reminded myself of that fact as I was giving my rating. So
Okay.
yeah, it's an 8.
We have 1 7 of 9. Sorry.
Yep. 7, 8, 9.
It was shocking.
He's not even a dad yet.
But no, I give it a 7.
Yeah, Mom has to die like Stranger Things. Yeah, a 7, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's it's good. All decent marks.
Yeah, decent marks all around. I can see you guys' points of view. The nitpicks hit me a little harder, especially with the cliffhanger. But still good TV. I wasn't pausing and looking how long I had left on it, like some Star Trek shows in the past. So yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm pausing like every 10 minutes to go check on dinner, usually, because we get off of work, I start dinner, we put the episode on, we wait, we watch, we go get food, we get back to it.
You know what you need to do? You need to show me your food so I can get
Zam's seal of approval. Zam's seal of approval.
Picture of it. I'll tell you what we make though.
I love that.
Wish you many more opportunities to use it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I want
you know how hard I worked on that, man. My God. Anyway, sorry for disturbing you.
I want to thank you guys for hosting this with me. I want to thank everybody in the audience. I want to thank our new chatter, writer, teacher, and Jay. Thank you for chatting. Daniel Vance, thank you for holding it down with us as always. Rick B. We've got way more than just Trek content here. So if you like nerdy stuff or sports entertainment, you should definitely hit the subscribe button.
I'm sorry for disturbing you. Myself and Winnie, we were supposed to review episodes of the show Paradise, which is currently on Disney Plus. I do apologize. We've kind of put that on the back burner, but we will try and get at least the first half of the season reviewed, and might just do do two reviews, one of the first half of the season and then a review of the second half of the season as well. And by the way, I will have a SmackDown review hopefully on Saturday and explain to Cheeto why I'm not a Brock Lesnar fucking fanboy.
He's a fanboy. He loves.
That's a name I've heard before.
Zam wants Brock Lesnar to come and F5 him in the face.
Yes. Thank you, writer teacher. Good night to you.
Yep.
I'm glad you joined us.
Yep. Thank you for joining us, everybody. You've been watching NerdTube. It's the best social media channel you've maybe sort of kind of heard of. Live long and prosper.